Hello, Zwift World. Probably can't talk too loud because Whitney's doing a reading lesson for someone. So I got my door shut. Hopefully it doesn't get too hot in here. I've got the window open, but... Hey David, how are you going? So you're doing a good Coco ride? I've got to get off and do a... Hey Cadell! I've got to get off and do a spin down. Get rid of... Let's go into the Dorito app. Being outdoors today, Cadell. I've seen everyone's doing the crit races. Oh, drop my towel. Okay. Trainer calibration. I reckon the third race, David. That one's the one that I'm gonna go balls deep in. It's that part of the course that I like to get the momentum, but for it to already work, I've got to go stupid, more stupid. Okay, come on, calibration. I haven't got time for this. There we go. That. I always zero offset my Asiomas, David. I don't trust them. They said they do a zero offset automatically, but when do they do that? Okay, all set. I've got to repair my devices, don't I? Dorito. It always goes straight to my Ant Plus. I don't want Ant Plus. Stupid Zwift. Come on, clear bin. Rightio. 7 minutes to go. I've got the Tron for this one because it's an uphill sprint. It's a bit of an uphill to the finish actually. A 2 up TT, Cadell. I hope the other rider wasn't too bloody strong. Well, helps if you're strong, but yeah, it's a long 40 kilometres if you're hanging on grim life, grim death. I've got my chat over here. And plus sucks, David. It's slower. So when we hit the hills, it's slower to react. Plus I get dropouts without plus. Not much, but with the trainer it seems to lose the trainer. And then I ride along in the 5311, wondering what's going on. How'd you go, Cadell? Is that the one that Nick Squalaro did? I forgot where it is somewhere. Are you in Victoria? I always forget. I set the chat up on a separate screen because of these races are so hard to keep an eye on the chat. Got my aero. So the first race is this course with a van. Second one I forget, I think it's New York. Third one's the Innsbruck reverse UCI. Get a little bit of a sprint here. So it's downhill into this finish. Now my legs up. It's amazing how easy that first sprint always is. And we can roll along at grey, do 3 seconds. It's easy, isn't it? I think Nick was out in somewhere, regional Victoria. I saw his Strava, bossing it again. How good was Jay Vine the other night? I mean, we all know it's pretty good, but still. That effort. Hey Grim, how's your day? Just getting a little bit of a warm up before this stupid race. I'm not looking forward to this first one. Not looking forward to the second one. Quite looking forward to the fifth one. The third one's the one that I want to target. I'll probably do really badly in it, but it's the one that usually a bit of Zwift Smart comes into it. You don't want to be on the front 100%. You want to use momentum. Alright, 4 minutes to go. A little. I'm doing different warm-ups than I usually do. I'm trying to get my sprint. I'm trying to pretend I'm a sprinter. Usually I'll just be rolling along, doing blue. I might do some sprints after this. Probably not, I'll say that now. Next week I've got another sprint session. I've got to crack 1300 watts on the Dorito. I've done it on the ASIO, but not Dorito. Hey John, are you in the race or are you on the couch? I see that cheating bot's signed up again using an impersonating account. Hopefully, well, I've already flagged them. Hopefully they get flagged. I had a rest week this week. Apart from my little rides to Docklands today, I'm back again. I just did a sprint session this week and that's it. Good luck, John. Hopefully you keep the whiskies down. Let's join the event. I think Josh was in this. Katie. Can't see anyone on Discord though. It's just me on the voice chat. It's not really sort of a course that you can voice chat on Discord or races. God, Nick's written a bloody encyclopedia, hasn't he? I'll read that after the race on Discord. Yeah, I saw Dazza signed up. I think we go through the banner. Well, we must go through the banner once, and then we get a sighting lap of the finish, John. I've gone with Tron because it's a very, very draggy finish. We're at 51. Should do it again, but without the head up display. Get rid of the names. Makes it cleaner looking. Forgot to put the out display back on again. So we're doing Queen's Highway. We go down that little loop I was just on. We go right. So we go through the finish on the first section to start the race. None of the comms are in it. Van draft. Should only get one. Unless we go through the start. No, I don't go through the start line, do we? Well, the banner to the right is to the right of the course. So how are you feeling after the burrito ride yesterday, David? The burritos went and did an outdoor ride. Lots of willy wagging going on. 100-mile plus course, I think. 4,000 metres of climbing, wasn't it? Something like that. Here we go. I don't hear anyone in Discord. Get rid of these. I love these downhill starts. burns the legs of the overzealous riders. Fans on full. Could have super tucked there, but probably don't really need it, do I? Katie's here. I think I can see her on the left hand side. Yep, there she is. Hey Katie. Leave the chat just in case. Now look for Johnny's, the WMZ jersey. John Bowles, I think it is. Hope it is, otherwise he's going to be telling me I'm an idiot. This is a drag that will be crucial. Getting the draft bastard. Still going to super tuck here. Tuck you up the front. That's a fun race till now. Oh, I got the jersey. really goes along here. Bit late, put one down. Oh, I lost a spot. I always give the positions not enough time. I didn't check the CP. Doesn't matter. Take two. What's this one? Okay, I think this is a Tron. One of them's a gravel. I think it's the last one. Yeah, this is a Tron. I think. Better check the course. Not Tron. Vent. Vent. No, not that one. Where is it? I never find it when I want it. There it is. Such a boring colour, it doesn't stand out. Rightio, what's this course? Okay, so 6 train. So we go. Well, we got to go up that hill, don't we? But then it looks like a little hill to finish. I don't know. We'll find out. We will find out. Pretty much got average then, didn't I? I mean, it's finishing. If I haven't quite got it, I've been finishing 20th. I was way too far back for the sprint. And then way too far back for the watts. At least the bots didn't seem to be in that race. John. No wonder I couldn't see you. You in A now? I think I pretty much got par for that one, John. Anything between 15 and 22, 23. This is my lane in these races. Hey Piglet, what have you done today, Piglet? You've been with Coco or you've been outdoors? When did you go to France? Or are you heading to France? That was about average. Did a good effort. Got 21st. I didn't do a great effort. Probably good watts, but against this field on an uphill kick, I was a little bit far back. You're going on the boat or the plane? What, you take your van? This one's 6 train. I've got no idea where it finishes. I think it's a custom finish. Have a quick check on it. See if Zwift Power shows something. Zwift Insider. No, I think it's just a finish at the banner, which I think is down here. Ah, yeah. Nice to flight to Nice. And then there's no, where's the power for this? Feather. I think I'll use a feather on the climb, not the finish, because as far as I know, the finish is slightly downhill. See how I'm going. Maybe I'll hold it if everyone's taking it soft. Pretty certain, it always is. Piglet. If I get beaten, I always say they're big swingers. Need to get myself new glasses. I've been saying that for like 2 years. Make sure everything's paired up. Real good. Got the dual going, don't I? Yep. There's going to be duals required for that series that we do if you're a top 50 Zwifter. Or finish top 5, I think, in A grade. So I probably won't have to worry about dueling, even though I do. Here we go. But Nazaki's got a massive kick. I didn't check the finishes the last race. Head. Alright, down this hill. Super tuck. You fuck. No super tuck. That's alright. Got good momentum here. Chris Owens is a prolific guitarist. Okay, where's Katie? No, it's not Katie unless she's changed her hat. Someone's got their FTP set way too low. Sprinting now. That's a change on. It's weird. But you could change it. You should smash it anyway. Can't see Katie. Alright, a little super tuck here hopefully. I don't think we go down that last section we went was a steep bit, isn't it? So it's pretty much aero. I mean, use a feather in the sprint. That green rider, Jay Guest. Change your FTP, you bastard. It's a steady climb into the finish. Ready to get myself contact lenses done, mate. Lost a bit of momentum there. That Kamatora guy's acting weird. Green jersey, probably the bot. Rightio. Downhill sprint. Yeah. Fuck, it's too long. Fuck. I looked up. 250 metres to go. Oh, such a shock. That was my new sprint training practice. Get the cadence up, stick with the gear. My brain, when I looked up, I thought, oh, it must just be a few seconds now. Looked up, was 250 to go. I think that's a legit guy. I think, because he did proper once. Don't know his heart rate, but I'll see. Should get some good BS points out of that, as long as top 10 was strong. What have we got? Josh. Osaka. My bunnies. Osaka, the bunnies. There's Seb. Alright, let's have a look at the 11:05 for 5 seconds. Happy with that. Yeah, big. I had to look up to see if I had to keep pushing. Critical power. So that's my training, sprinting. So my sprinting training's been literally 7 second, 8 second efforts. Sometimes I push out to 10, but usually it's the first 5 seconds max effort. So here we go. What was 30 seconds? Definitely wasn't a 1 minute sprint. I'm going to take a picture, don't I? It's very rarely good news to look up. That was actually pretty good news because, if I'm not mistaken, I was in front before the kick, wasn't I? I should have. I was strange. I had to take a picture of myself on the front. I don't think I could have done anything really any different. Maybe the timing slightly better, but that result, I can't complain at all. What am I doing? I'm taking a photo. Got to take a photo of something, don't I? Got to make sure I join the next event. Someone here. Don't even notice that stuff. Okay, what's the next course? That's right, it's my favourite one. Here we go, you'll love this one. Reverse UCI. We finish after Libby Hill Com. Basically, you know where the Libby Hill Com segment starts? We finish there. I don't want to talk to you guys. So, we've got a useless ghost power up. Yeah, this one either it's gonna either be a hero effort or a zero effort. It's all about. There's a ghost, which kind of good because you can't fuck up the power up. Hey Zwifty, welcome back. You actually just missed a good effort from me. My sprint training's paying off. This was the one that I was eyeing off when I saw these courses. The gravel one's going to be maybe good, I don't know. This one's definitely gamecraft is massive in this one, which I think I've got, but it could just be Dunning-Kruger effect. But I don't know, so I think I know a lot. Yeah, I'll see how the first climb goes. Kamatora. I wonder if it was the cheating guy or the real Kamatora who does pretend jewels. Either way, they're suspect. Didn't have heart rate either. Yeah, Zwifty, it's downhill to start. You go up a hill, down a hill, and that downhill is critical positioning wise to get momentum into the reverse hilly reverse Libby Hill Com, whatever that's called. It's got a name, but I don't remember. My favourite climb, so I'll probably muck it up. go to the front. Too far. Definitely the cheating bot just there. Oh, I can't get there. Too far back. That's not bad. Not bad. Come on, Josh. Just need a wheel. Someone to help. I lost that. I was trying to catch the back of the draft. I think I lost it. Messed that up. Oh, got it. 8th is pretty good though. I just need someone else up there with me. It was Piglet. I was trying to, as I went past me, I was hoping to get a super tuck so I get a rest and sprint past them. I just lost their wheel a little bit. That's what this racing's all about. Changing my bike. I was happy with the effort though. Did exactly what I wanted to do. Yeah. God, my legs are sore now. Hopefully everyone forgets to change bike. Rightio. Mountain bike or gravel? I go gravel because we got to go down the hill, don't we? What's the other gravel one? I don't really have a downhill gravel. Don't think. Oh, it won't make any difference. Yeah, David. You were there. I had the W, didn't I? Change the wheels. Close you. Man. Second race is better. There was a long sprint, but that's not a long sprint followed by another long sprint. Followed by another long sprint. Should have run it on 0% train difficulty. Oh, there's a burrito shirt. Good result from Josh there. Ever since he got his kick of 5, David, you'll hate him. His sprint power's gotten better. Were you in that race? The previous one, Katie? I didn't have time to look at you at that one. Were you in the second race? I was looking for you. I didn't see you. Make sure my bike's still attached to it. God. I've got BS points. Can I just give up, guys? I should have BS points anyway. I don't know if it'll be enough to get us top 25, but that deal's gone, hasn't it? Peter's time's run out. Yeah, he used the stupid guys. Didn't really do anything though. I'll second that, Katie. That's why I did so well in the second race. I wasn't sprinting against you. Ah, there's Mash. I didn't notice him before. He's joined up for the... He's got the mountain bike. He's coming for the specialty one-off race. I'm on the gravel bike. Gravel bike or mountain bike? The only reason why I'm not going mountain bike is because we got the bitumen lead in. Otherwise I think it's much of a muchness. Gravel bike slightly faster downhill. But then you got the flat to the finish. You got the bridge suspension bridge. So I'm going gravel. If the sprint was on a downhill, I'd definitely go mountain bike, but it's on the flat at the banner. Oh, there's John. He's made it to A. It's all by himself. What are you doing over there, John? That's Ocky Man for those. I feel like I'm going to be sick after that. Yeah. It's amazing when you stream, you don't get your tech issues, consider how much stuff goes on. I got it pretty good. When you start streaming, you realise how much friggin' crap there is. Speaking of which, I better check my stream to make sure there's no issues. Could be operator error there, John. Feels like I've been drinking whiskey. Yeah, that's why I like that course, because generally I got the power to go up that first climb without digging too deep, and then that second climb I can use the gain to get momentum. Get up that second climb ahead of everyone and make everyone else push a lot more watts per kilo to get back on my wheel. If I had someone else doing exactly the same thing as me, we would have buggered off. We would have got away. We had a good 2 or 3 second lead. Yeah, that second climb is my favourite. I hate it in terms of the effort, but I love it in terms of the momentum I can get on it. Look back at everyone else doing more watts per kilo if I'm in a race. Not that time, no, I was going as hard as I could from that top of that climb to the banner. Oh, getting lightheaded. Let's hurry up and get this race over and done with. A bit late to ask now, Bartley. So we go to the left. There's a little bit of a hill on that left gravel section, not much there. Oh, you buggered, Reagan. Let me get a super tuck on my gravel bike. Going backwards. This is not been pushing a million watts at the front. There goes the cheetah. No wonder I couldn't sleep until I could stay in the group. What's going on with you? Oh, easy, David. That's what Jay Vine did. 30 minutes, wasn't it? Ridiculous. Bloody bot setting the pace. You're lucky, John. I'm not sure what's going on here, but it's rough. And it shouldn't be. Not sure if there's lots of bots pushing the paper. Oh, bot. Seems to have eased off a bit now. This is what I expected for the rest of the race. Here we go, people pushing on. fuck. Oh, so much. I think that was very fresh legs in that race. Hey Kevin, you new Kevin or new username? How'd you go? Did you race? I'm not sure how I carry on with you. It's all about not thinking. I was trying to keep the cadence on that last sprint because I felt like if I went up one more gear, it was not quite the right one. Don't know if it worked, but it's all part of practice, isn't it? Where's my cadence? Yeah, so I was doing 108, which doesn't. So 122. As I died. I'm trying to pretend I'm a track sprinter. See if I can get my cadence up. Be more like Katie Loka. Shouldn't want to save it, do I? Oh yeah, I joined the knobhead race. Yeah, that's the good thing about these races is that you know the sprints are going to be earlier than usual. People aren't, they're buggered, but they're not like an hour race. So, really good effort in them. Let's do this stupid tiny chat and chill. Better get rid of this gravel back in case I forget. Garage. Engage brain. Oh, I got the gravel. Oh no, these are not the gravel ones. Always look at the gravel. The regular road wheels. How good would it be if we could have gravel with a bench? Go with those. Oh. I'll be that knobhead. No worries, Zifty. Someone's gonna be a knobhead and stream it. Did you raise it, Kevin? Well, usually John A's the first race as a warm-up. Mind you, I never really do a warm-up, even with other races I usually do. Well, I start 20 minutes before the stream, just to get everything going, but I'm not pedaling very much. So 10 minutes before the race I'll start my stream, and that's when I'm actually doing half decent pedaling. Yeah, it's something that I'm trying to work on more for my sprinting for the warm-ups. I try and get at least 10 minutes in soft pedaling at least, though. It's also another thing about being an A cat. If you're in B cat, you definitely got to do a warm-up because it's hard for a lot longer. A cat generally settles down very quickly. Within the first 3 or 4 minutes it settles, unless there's a climb straight away. The lower you go down the cat, The worse it is, isn't it? Seas, I've watched sea races. Oh God, they're just atrocious. I'm glad I never was a sea. I think the autocats might have changed it. I haven't really watched much since autocats came in. Yeah, Katie. We settle after we drop you, Katie. I wonder when you did your, what was it, like a 10 minute, 20, 15 minute effort that got you done in AutoCAD? You must have had a couple of efforts because I got rid of the single effort. Might have been when you were riding with the B-tits in the TTs. It's not on your Zwift Power, I assume. I assume it's in your normal riding. Yeah, exactly, John. Basically, the A's only go hard when they need to. When they go hard, they go hard. But then you can settle it down pretty quickly if nothing's happening. Basically, when they smell blood in the water, that's when they go hard. Bees don't worry about blood in the water. There's always blood in the water with the bees. Maybe I can look at your I'll check your Zwift Power later on, maybe, Katie. I'm sure if it's in a race, you'll be able to see it. It'll be in red for one of your 20 minutes or 5 minutes. Oh, better get ready to race here. Not much chat. Hey, there's Michael. Where's Michael? Michael, where's my mouse? Wait. Oh, back to me, I can't talk. Easier saying Haran, isn't it? Who else is there that we know? Oh, got there. Drafting. I was telling John about Backpedal's former beast. What was his name? I can't remember his name now. Applewhite, something Applewhite. He was just, we suspect he might have had a dodgy trainer, but he was just an absolute gun. And then disappeared. He claimed he had a heart condition, and his wife forbade him to ride on Zwift and drink, so he rode on Zwift and drink. Tony Applewhite. Was it beer that he drank? I was trying to tell John the story, but all I can remember is he was sitting next to his fridge when he'd do ZRL races and scull a long neck or something before the race. Yeah, Michael, I think I saw Mashed Potato in the last race. I don't think it was in the other races. And he absolutely blitzed it. The last race felt so hard. It'd be interesting to see if people just targeted the last race. I thought I did a good sprint. He joined the team. Everyone knew he was a good sprinter, but they're like, oh, you won't get over the hilly com in ZRL. No, to get over the hilly com. It's one of the first over. And then did he win the sprint? I can't remember if he won the sprint. I got third or fourth. Got a backpedal training plan and never came back. Disappeared. I wish I was in the Discord with him. David would tell me about his telling everyone to go and get up, go and get on fucking take that, you fucking bastards, or something like that. Every sprint. It's definitely a colourful character. We need him in the B-tits, don't we, David? Maybe not in the TTTs because we're not sure about it. He was Cat FPV or something, wasn't he? Catman FPV or Cat... Hope he's not watching. He was subscribed to my channel, so maybe he's watching. Hope you are, man. If you're watching, Tony, jump in. We need more characters like you. Yeah, he never ever did the TTTs. As much as I was trying to get him to do it just because I wanted to hear him on Discord. He actually was smart, John. I think he was he a doctor, David, or something else? He's very... I think he was probably better educated than the rest of us. Maybe not Nick. We've got Dr. Nick. Oh, we've got Dr. Blood as well. So we've got a Doctor of Sleep and Doctor of Blood. And James, he put out some, it's probably very basic mathematics, but it wasn't what we're used to. Cheers, John. Hey, Daz. I forgot that you were signed up, Daz. I actually did really well on one of the sprints. The second race, was it? Second race, I got, well, I'm going to say third because I think the guy that won it, the one that I sent you the link to who does dodgy dual records, he absolutely smashed us in a few of the races, but people were saying he was doing sticky watts and then his dodgy duals, no heart rate, fourth Zwifter in the world, something wrong with him. He hardly ever rides as well, unless he privates his rides. But he looks like the sort of guy who does one ride a week and can bust out 26 watts per kilo for 20 minutes, like it's nothing. Yeah, third. And then I got, what was it, 11th or something? Anyway, basically that, or maybe 9th, reverse UCI, the third race anyway, Richmond Cobble Classics. I was a hero until I wasn't. I was out the front. I don't think it is. It could be him, but he's changed his modus operandi or whatever it is. Because all of a sudden he's doing shitloads of watts. But it could be him. I'll have to look at it. You can tell because the real one has lots of people following and the bot only has one person following. Jeez, this race is hard. What are you guys all doing racing off the front for? It was the bot, okay. Probably explains why he's doing the sticky watts. Alright, let's see if I can hit 1300 watts here. Keep my sprint practice going. downhill, get the right gear, spin the fucker out. I don't really care about the segment, I just want to try and hit 300 watts. I won't, but I'll try. Might as well use my... Alright. Don't care if I spin out. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Whew. What have we got? Ah, 11:42. That's alright. I was real happy with 11:42 only 2 weeks ago. I'll try one more in a few minutes. Try and get 1200. The real guy, I don't want to say too much about him, but he needs to do proper joules. He's just been recording the same power meter or trainer and pretending to joule. Could still be legit, but his joules aren't. He hardly ever rides though. Could just be hiding it. Yep, 1183. I've got to get to 1200. I'm not finishing the stream until I hit 1200. Give myself a few minutes though. Yeah, the thing that makes me wonder, Daz, is how, like, the cadence is perfect. Usually if you're using, because you're supposed to use different cadence to measure, so you could be using the same cadence for each one, but everything's just far too in line. And the fact that he's, like, even though the measuring starts before the race means nothing, because if you're recording from your trainer with Amp Plus, that's what you get. So there's nothing there that indicates it's legit to me. Yep. Or Amp Plus and Amp Plus. Fair enough. You don't really need a dual, do you? Unless you're the top 50 in the Zwift. Once you get to that point, my theory is if you're a B-grade racer, unless you're racing for that WTRL TTT World Championships, don't really need a dual. But when you're racing, well, when you're getting results, making your fourth Zwifter in the world, I'd like to see some proof about why you're so friggin' fast. Your duel's actually pretty good, Katie. David's, yours are crap, but the thing is they're the crap in the right direction. If your trainer is 3 or 4% higher than your pedals, then I'd be worried. You can still turn the pedals up, but the fact if you use your trainer instead of your pedals, even though I know you do use your pedals sometimes, but you're not racing in the top division, are you? So many people use pedals for power, and as long as your pedals are legit. I used to use my Asiomas. I still could. I just feel like I'd prefer to use the trainer for power so I don't accidentally sticky watt, because I like to just have a little stop here just to keep myself in the draft. If you're streaming, that looks dodgy as hell if you're still doing 250 watts. Plus my theory is if you're 2% down on your 20-minute power, it makes very little difference in a race. Yeah, Katie, that was your pedals. I don't know how you managed to do that. Does Katie got, well, her auto cat's still an A, but she she got bumped straight into ACAT for men when she assigned her single-sided osteoma to Zwift, and that somehow stuffed up. I think you might have got the Ant Plus issue that I had when I've been doing long endurance rides, Katie. I don't know if it was exactly what you got, but if I go and have something to eat after doing a ride and my pedals fall asleep with Ant Plus, when I come back on and clip in, it gives me like 2,000 watts for a few seconds. Only an Ant Plus. Bluetooth, it's fine. So I don't know what happened, because apparently Katie said that it was like doubled the power. She had a single-sided power meter. I don't know how Zwift just does it automatically. Yeah. Don't know what you did, Katie. You're a bloody rough operator, aren't you? But the funny thing was, it was just in free ride, so back in the old days, that wouldn't have made any difference. When I do my bots testing devices now, Daz, I make sure I keep it below my CP numbers just in case. I can't really be bumped up a higher cap, but still. I did a test the other day. I was offline, did a test with, I think I was doing, that's right, I was doing a test with the TT bikes. Just doing 4.5 watts per kilo. Testing to see what the differences are. I then forced shut down Zwift on the PC, was offline, shut the PC down, came back the next day, did a ride, and then looked on my Zwift Power and also my Zert. And I was thinking, why the hell have I got a 3-hour ride? Somehow it had managed to upload my testing, despite me deleting it on Zwift. Shutting the PC down. So Zwift have changed things in the back end of Zwift now. So it's good, because hopefully it stops the cheaters. It's not really doing much at the moment, but hopefully they start working it out. Which team are you racing for, and whatever it's called? Daz was saying it's called something now. Champions or something. Have you finally worked out your team? I did an official announcement last week. I've got to do another official announcement, don't I? Exclusive. Right. Let me go down this hill. Spin her out. Yeah, I shouldn't do that, Katie, because you can't, there's nothing you can choose on Zwift. So you're definitely racing with socks. Free socks. I really want to love RGT, but the reality is, no matter how much Zwift stuff things up, it takes a lot more for me to head to RGT, because this is just so easy. Lots of races, good competition. It needs a tipping point. It needs a few big teams just decide to go to RGT and forget Zwift completely. I'm not sure. I think I'm in APAC. I did well, Josh. Well and bad. I did good efforts. First race I just did the average finishing, 20th or 21st. The second one I did as good as I hoped, but just very close to hero at 0. Got a good finishing result. And then the third one I did a really good sprint. Or was it the second one, a really good sprint? Then the third one was a hero to 0. Last one I think there was a lot more fresh legs. Yeah, I'm stuck with doing them. Alright, I got to do a sprint here. 1200 watts so I can go to bed. We'll go to dinner. Here we go. Nice high cadence. know if I did it for long enough to get the 1200. Oh, 1181. I'll go again. Got to get slightly more gears. I do sleep. Daylight saving is going to change, Daz. So if I can miss out on the first two, which I probably won't, it becomes 6:30 in the morning for me, which is actually pretty good. Alright, down this. I didn't put too much effort into that one, it was just a quick spin. I've actually got a good pattern at the moment. I think the latest I slept in this week was 10 o'clock or 10:30. Whitney's dragon boating's helping, keeping a bit of the rhythm going. Got to get up at 8 o'clock in the morning every Saturday. Alrighty, need a bit of a heavier gear this time. Pretend I'm chasing the ice cream van. There's only one more ice cream left and David's chasing me down for it. My bar end plug's coming out. Here we go. That better have been it, because I'll be hearing another one. I'll just pretend it was. Yeah! Thank God for that. Confirmation. It's actually pretty good. I did a couple of 12. I think most of my sprints actually last Wednesday or Thursday. We're around 1200 plus. Getting that technique going. I'm really concentrating on just that 5-second efforts on my sprints to get that snap. I don't know if it's going to help in the sprints. It's just something different. Usually when I practice in sprints, I do 10 to 15 second efforts. And when I'm racing, you can see everyone knows what the sprints are like in racing. Very rarely you're doing an absolute snap from nothing. Yeah, they do it every week now, Daz. No one seems to be chatting though. Yeah, but I think, because for me I actually have really, I think I've maxed out my sprinting for that 30-second efforts. If I want to get faster at that, I've got to do a lot more hours. So I'm trying to improve that snap so that in situations where I'm like that, you can see the improvements with these races. The second race, I had a really good snap and then held it. So I get that snap and then hold it like I usually do. It just gives me that little bit extra. First race was rubbish. First race is always rubbish for me though. Probably because I don't warm up. And also, Daz, being able to not be in the red to do that. Yeah, Daz, you've got another 4 in a few hours and another 4 in a few more hours after that. David's going to jump in there with you, lead you out. Oh, there's a dog, I never noticed that dog before. Today I was at the shops on the way back from dragon boating with Whitney, and the guy was walking his dog across the road and the dog decided that's it, he was going to do a poo right in the middle of the road. Did the poo in the middle of the road and the guy was Cars wouldn't stop, knobheads. The guy was trying to pick the pull up, and eventually cars ran it over and squished it. Oh, I laugh my ass off. Little things like that make my day. Such idiot drivers. You can see you wanted to get onto the road. But drivers are knobheads. They see people in the way that I want to give space. I was riding back with Whitney up the road. I don't want to say anything about who the people were, but basically we were riding on the road and they tried to step out so that a car could pull out of the church onto the road. And I was like, fuck you mate, I'm on a bike. I'm not stopping. You can wait. Yeah, that's what I said. I was trying to think about a shit hits the fan reference about them getting rolled. Sucked into the person driving their stinky car for a few licks. Shit rolling around in their fenders. Nice fresh one. When you hear the guy stepping out the road, like it's a hill. Well, literally at the start of the hill too, so a little bit of momentum. And Whitney is the slowest thing in the world going up the hill. But even if it was me, I was like, get fucked. Give way to us. Alright, one more sprint. I don't need to get 1200 though. It was a nice fresh one. Alright. Try and grab a slightly bigger gear this one. Try and wind it out. Arrow. Here we go. So 12:25. So now here you can't zoom in. 12:25. Yeah, exactly, Piglet. That's what I'm trying to. I'm not trying to do 150, but trying to get that technique going. I don't know if it's going to work, because it's just something different. Keeps me entertained on riding. Just little changes. Plus being a sprinter is so much easier, isn't it? If I can get myself to 1500 watts, races will be so much easier. If the brake gets away, I just let the brake go away. I'm a sprinter. I'll just wait till the next one. Yeah, the thing is, he is right, this is a complete knobhead. You have to train it. You can't just do 150 watts and expect to go really fast. Yeah, I see I was Zwift. Well, you can choose the course. I'm sure if Scott said, let's go do a flat race around the velodrome, 10 laps. He actually does. He's done a lot of long rides recently, Piglet. Not sure if... I haven't followed Scott long enough on Strava to know if that's what he does for years and years anyway with his mountain biking. But Scott's got some good miles under his belt this summer. All you guys are bloody beasts. Poor old Kyle. Peter did well considering he's been doing a move. Yeah, he's had a good few months. Couple of... I think Pete was awesome on that other meetup with Nick, wasn't he? Smashing everyone. What the hell's that guy doing? Is he legit or is he just a shim? I'm going to say not legit. Is that just because he can manage to get his legs around without hitting his handlebars? Or are you talking about Scott? Yeah, I've got this thing about flats. People speak shit about flats. But I rode flats years when I was courier riding. I actually did a 300-kilometre ride on flats. And then when I got my pedals and also my trainer, I did some testing. I actually found out, well, I don't know how great my technique was, but it showed that I actually unloaded my pedals, which a lot of people say that flats don't help with because you're not pulling up. But the reality is, you're not really pulling up most of the time unless you're sprinting, which is what I'm trying to work on at the moment, is getting the cadence up and pulling up. But on threshold and other efforts, you're mostly unloading the pedal. And I was, yeah, there's you still unweight I was still unweighting the flat, especially when I was cool riding. I was really spending hours on the bike, and I had a lot of time to think about it. And I could, when I was sort of paying attention, I could feel the weight of the foot, like the ball of the foot, unweight on the pedals without thinking about it. And I was actually spinning pretty high cadence too. I spun a lot higher cadence than I have when I've been using pedals. Well, pedals, clip-ins. So the other thing too is I had really big platform, like proper big mountain bike pedals too, not these. If you're using those shitty flats that are that wide, yeah, they're rubbish. You've got to use big platforms if you use flats. It's a completely different argument. Yeah. Fixies. And the reason why I don't like fixies is because we had a lot of knobheads riding fixies on the courier business, being knobheads. I refuse to ride a fixie because of the people that ride fixies. So often I'd be doing a delivery. I didn't have a backpack. I had a box on the back of my bike on the rack, just because I found it much better in summertime. Riding up a hill, some knobhead on a fixie, I'd look across and he'd be busting his gut trying to beat me. And when we get to the traffic lights, he'd sit in front of me. And then, just because I'm pissed off, I'd just roar off down the road. Because they're so slow. Not all of them are slow, but most fixie riders do like 6 kilometres a day. I think they're freaking awesome. But they've got little tiny legs. No muscles in their cars. When you saw a guy with big muscles in the back of their cars, that's when you knew that they're actually a track rider, riding their fixie rather than just a fixie knobhead who rode to the pub, told his mates that he's a fixie rider. And fixies are the best bikes in the world. You told me about that, Piglet. I'm not putting them on. I've got to learn how to pedal again. If Zwift didn't exist, I'd probably get into the track riding. I don't know if I'd probably try and do pursuit or something where you're racing by yourself against someone else on the other side of the track. I don't think I'd want to be racing in a pack of riders on a velodrome at my age anymore. Especially after watching that guy wall ride at the Commonwealth Games. Not that I'm fast enough to be able to wall ride. That was something like out of Tony Hawk's. Yeah, that's one of the things they about the pedaling technique is that some muscles you can employ them, but if you're doing like an endurance 300 kilometre ride, you don't really need those muscles. But if you're doing a track ride, yeah, you employ those. So when I was riding on flats for 300 kilometres, people would look at me like I'm crazy. But the reality is, doing 300 kilometres endurance ride where you're doing 150 watts, you're not trying to employ every single muscle in your leg. You're just riding. Well, you've seen, what's his name? The Australian EF rider riding around with sandals, doing the Tour de France last year. Secret Tour de France ride or something with his sandals. So it all depends what you're doing. If you're doing a sprint on the track, yeah, you wouldn't be wearing flats. Yeah, Lachlan Morton, or Lachlan, whatever his bloody name is. EF, coolest dude in the world. Oh, no, I should finish up. Get my feather. Put my jewels up. I wonder if I've got... No, I haven't got my maximum from my pedals. I need to set that page up. I usually don't give a crap about that. It'd be funny if my jewels are terrible. I took my pedals apart yesterday and took the hair out of it. Do you guys get hair stuck around the pedals? Or is it just because Whitney's got the Asian hair, which is like that long, and somehow manages to get everywhere in the house? After a few weeks, it's all wrapped around the spindle of the pedal. I don't know how much it affects it, but it annoys me when I see it. I don't think you have to worry about that, Piglet. My mum's dog, when we used to have it over, looking after it for a week or two, it'd be funny. Between my mum's dog's hair and Whitney's hair, bloody hell. It was like a game of whose hair is it in my breakfast cereal. The dog's hair was really light, thin and light, so I'd blow around in the air. Who's that guy that gave me a ride on? Oh, I'm going to sprint. Oh. I'm going to do a one. I should keep doing this sprinting. I'll keep doing the Zwift Insider races. I know we've got, is it next Saturday? We've got the stupid 100 kilometre rides. I'll definitely do my sprint sessions, even though we've got the ZRL coming up. I'm thinking about sacrificing some endurance just to get my sprint going, something different. I really can't get any faster unless I spend a lot more time riding, which is, what's the point? Spend another 5 hours a week riding for what? Where's it downhill? I think I've got it downhill. I've got to do a U-turn, don't I? I'll go to 40 minutes. No, I haven't seen Kyle yet. Where's Kyle? Done. Stop you, try and work you out later on. See if I've still got my... Yeah, sometimes it goes straight to Ant Plus. Don't know why. Anyway. Anything interesting? End ride. 12:35. Time's a dog photo. Anyway, I should say goodbye to the stream first. I'm gonna go and stalk your Strava rides. Catch you later.